Hey there, guys. Today I'd like to talk to you about what causes anxiety and what you can do about it. Now, most people, they simply dismiss anxiety as nothing more than an emotional disorder and let it just go at that. They'll accept it as part of life and resign to the fact that it's never going to go away. I'm here to tell you that I don't want you to fall into this way of thinking. The truth is, there's way more to consider. And this video is going to show you how you can stop letting anxiety consume your life, and you can fight back with tactics that work and start feeling better really immediately. Now, yes, anxiety is a recurring emotional disturbance which can lead to irrational thoughts and reactions. And seemingly, anxiety can feel like it's beyond your control. But that's not really the whole story. Anxiety is actually caused by a tiny little organ in your brain no bigger than the size of a pair of almonds. And this organ is called the amygdala. And it basically serves as your anxiety barometer. And the purpose of this little organ isn't just to make you feel, crazy at times. It serves in cooperation with your body's fight or flight response when danger is present. And unfortunately, chemical imbalances, traumatic events, deep-rooted fears, drug and alcohol abuse, and even genetic factors can all throw this little anxiety meter out of whack and force you to feel neurotic, 24/7. Um, so this is the main organ that's controlling your anxiety, and it's important to know that this anxiety can also be a blanket term for other conditions, including phobias, panic disorders, and even post-traumatic stress disorders. And the root cause of the problem is organic, meaning it happens within you. And the undesirable behavior is simply your reaction to the anxiety trigger. And here's a quick example of the factors that bring about anxiety. It's a real fundamental example, but it's important that you understand the three factors that go into your anxiety reaction. So, let's say we have a woman and she has a phobia of dogs. Well, the woman is the subject in this example, and the dogs are the trigger in this example. A large dog, comes toward her, tail down and ears back, and she suffers a serious panic attack, which is her reaction, the anxiety reaction. So you can see I've listed subject plus trigger equals anxiety. And I've done this for, an important reason. I know this seems oversimplified, but these are basically the three factors in your anxiety scenario. And what most people wind up doing is they'll avoid the trigger altogether. So if it was a phobia of dogs, they would just avoid dogs altogether. Or if it was someone who had obsessive compulsive disorder about cleanliness, they would just constantly keep their apartment or house clean to get rid of the trigger, the germs or whatever. What I'd like you to do is, as a beginning step, is you want to try to not avoid or eliminate the trigger. You want to try to live with the trigger using other methods. And this is called cognitive behavioral therapy. It's basically a method where you're conditioning yourself not to go into that state of anxiety when the trigger is present. So the best place to start is to work on your anxiety reaction. Work on that first. So what that means is when you feel the anxiety coming along, that's when you're going to implement strategies like breathing exercises to calm yourself down. Once you learn different tactics and techniques to controlling your anxiety reaction, then you should feel comfortable working on yourself as the subject in this three-part example. So first work on the anxiety reaction, and then once you learn methods to control your anxiety reaction, then you can start focusing on, the fundamental problem or the root cause of your anxiety. Your particular anxiety, it could stem from anywhere, and it's up to you to recognize when and where it comes about. So how can you do this? Well, speaking to a doctor or therapist is definitely a good place to start. You want to make sure that you keep a journal also of your anxious episodes, and this will help you keep track of the time, place, and what you were doing when the anxiety crept up on you. Also who you were with and how you felt beforehand. And this is also going to help, a doctor or a therapist guide you towards the best plan of action. So the idea is to really track down the culprit here so you can eliminate the root cause. So I want you to give that a shot. You should also always seek knowledge. You should always be learning as much as possible about, what's causing your anxiety and how you can eliminate it. There's no reason to feel embarrassed or try to hide this problem from others. You want to allow yourself to reach out for support of friends and family. They all love you and want you to be well. So make sure that you have at least one person you can call whenever you feel like you might be having an anxiety attack. Know your triggers and let that go-to person know that you might be facing anxiety on that particular day. Let them be ready, to be by your side. And having this go-to person, it's a nice safety net when the panic strikes. And also I'd recommend you read up on the latest news about anxiety, anxiety treatments, go online, ask your doctor for information that he might have. Go to the library, go to the reference section, do whatever you can to learn the best tools for facing your anxiety head on. And one thing you can do is I created a really powerful video. It's a 1 hour video. It's on my website and it's totally free. It's called Anxiety Free Tactics. And it gives you over 21 proven step-by-step tactics that you can perform right at home within minutes to overcome bouts of panic, anxiety, stress. It talks about how to overcome nocturnal panic attacks. And there's really nothing to lose and everything to gain with this video. So definitely check it out. I think you'll benefit from it. That's it for today, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.